Hi, this is Dave again. In the previous videos, we've been pretty much talking about layouts where all pictures sort of are getting equal time or equal space in the layout. But there's often times where you have one picture that you want to be the centerfold of the layout, and others are just supporting images. So I'll try to do a project like that to show you how it would work in ScrapPage Pro. Let's start a new project as we always did, and we'll stick with the 8x10 landscape for now. Alright, so I'm going to bring in a few photos, and I have here in my Dropbox folder down here, I have some pictures that I think would be representative of this. Okay, here's some pictures from my son's engagement. So we'll let them load. Okay, so let's skinny down the ones that I think are going to be our supporting photos, and we'll stick with larger ones one larger one of the one I think is going to be the main attraction here. So I think this will be the main attraction photo. I want to crop it some, so I'm going to crop it so that I just kind of catch what the real action is here. So we'll crop it down to something like that. Now we'll blow this thing up so that it fits the main part of our layout, something like that. Okay, so that's going to be the showcase of the layout. Now in these, what I'm going to do is I want to well, first off I want to do something else. I'm going to cover this over here with a little panel, just so they can have their own space and be segregated from the main picture. So I'm going to add a color panel, and I think what I'll have to do right away is I'll probably take it back to the back, but maybe move it up one so it's just ahead of the main image here. So let's bring it down something like this so that it's just clipping the main image and it's covering everything else. And we'll give it some color here. Let's give it a little purple shade, and we'll give it a texture. Let's pick this one as our texture. Alright, so there we've got our thing now. Now I think the sequence of events would be nice, so I'll put these like this because this is the order in which they probably would have happened. That is, as you can see up here from this one, it says I asked, and this one here says I said yes. Alright, so let's figure out how we want to crop all these guys to make them work best. Let's do a crop something like about like this. Let's say that would catch most everything. Alright, so we'll go with that. Now as we apply that same crop ratio to all of them, so we keep the same basic relative size of all these guys. Let's put this in here so we can say that, yeah, okay, she said yes. And then we're going to ultimately make these the same size, but for right now I'm just going to go ahead and let's see, I want to make it the same crop aspect as that, so I'm going to crop to the previous aspect. And we'll put that over their hands where she's wearing her engagement ring now. And we'll do the same thing here. Another crop using the previous object. And we'll set that so that they both are taking a picture here. There we go. Now, I think the thing to do first is we're going to say, okay, how big can we make these? Well, let's try something about like this. Okay? That ought to work, something in that size. So I'll tell the one on the bottom that I'm going to match its height, and I'll try to set it so that it's pretty much the same height off of the bottom as that one is off the top, and I'll tell it I want to match it to the left. Okay? Now this may be a little large. We'll find out in just a second. It looks like it might be. I think I might have to skinny these down a little bit. It's just kind of a little bit of a trial and error to do this. Let's make this one be the same height again, and we want it to be off about the same as the other one is from the bottom, and we're going to match it to the left. Now this one I'm going to match its height, and we'll match its height again on this one here. Now let's see if we can make these all all fit in here. And maybe not. We might have to slide this one up a little bit and slide this one down a little bit. You can see it's a little bit of a trial and error. I mean, you have to sort of work your layout a little better, or a little bit. Let's say here I want this one to be the same as, I want that one, this one to be the same as that one, so I'll align it. Here we'll move this up here till it's about even, this one down here till it's, oh, they're roughly even now, like that. So again, we're going to match this one to the one on top, and this one to the one on top there. So now we've got our 4 images. I think it might be worthwhile also to give them a little bit of a, oop, not that one. Let's undo that. Let's make that, I want to make it for this. We're going to select this image here, and let's select the top one first, and we'll give it a border, and let's give it a variation of that purple, something like that. And we'll just match these down the line. So that one to match and that one to match. Okay, so there they are. There's our 4 pictures. Now we might want to also add in here a text box that says, let's say, love. How's that? And I'm going to give this thing a font that's going to be a pretty good size. Let's call it this Scriptina, and I'm going to auto size it. All right, something like that. And we'll make it an image. Okay, now I don't want to have to deal with anything that large in terms of its overall size, so let's crop it down till it looks something about like that. All right, so there we've got our thing now here, and I'm going to color it. So we'll pick a variation of that color again. Let's go with a little bit lighter, and we'll put that there, something like that, and maybe rotate it around and set it there. Now, if you really want to do something really cool, you can give it, oop, I don't want to move that. Let's put it back where it came from. What I want to do is I'm going to lock that in place. What I want to do is move this. I'll move it over here a little bit. And if you want to do something really neat, you can just go in here and you can duplicate the image, and then you can slide it up here to make it look like it's like that. Okay? So there, as you can see, in just a couple of minutes here, we put together a layout that it's pretty attractive. It's got the main theme, a little title up here, and 4 supporting images over here on the side. So that's the way it's done for that in ScrapPage. Until the next time, this is Dave. Bye-bye.